Assalamu alaikum. This will be a short video, inshallah. Subject is, who are the converts of Islam? And it's an extremely important subject because it has been completely ignored for 50 years. Okay? And the situation is that, 80 to 90% of the converts suffered through losing our families, our friends, living life alone with a dysfunctional Muslim community until 80 to 90% of the converts gave up and left. And that was the mission of the deen. Every Muslim who arrived in the West, one of your very first obligations, and you're only allowed to live in this country if you ensure that human beings can enter Islam and find security and well-being, and you have not even started this mission after 50 years, okay? And it's so serious that Imam an-Nawawi rahmatullahi alayhi, in one of his books, Rawdat al-Talibin, and in one of the chapters on Ridda, okay, it means what are the actions that take a person out of Islam. And Imam an-Nawawi rahmatullahi alayhi, in one of these, he said that when a person comes seeking Allah's deen, and you turn away long enough or ask them, please wait until I finish my conversation, Imam an-Nawawi said that that Muslim has committed kufr and is now murtad. That's how serious it is to pay attention to the human beings who came seeking Islam. Now, who are the converts? Khadija, Ali ibn Abu Talib, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Umar ibn al-Khattab, Uthman ibn Affan, Hamza, okay? All of the Muhajirin, all of the Ansar, every single one of them is a convert to Allah's deen. If it was not for converts, Islam would not exist. If it was not for converts, you Arabs and daisies would not be Muslims. Okay? So now contrast this with the way you have treated converts. And this is typical. Human being comes looking for Allah's deen, and then one day shows up in the masjid. And somebody grabs, their camera phone and makes a little video they put up on Facebook. And the convert recites their first shahada. And the Muslims make 3 takbirs, Allahu Akbar. Okay? And that's the end of it. That's the end of what the Muslim community does. The convert then goes on learning Islam, practicing Islam, have problems with their families, sometimes lose relationships with their families, friends, husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, okay? The human beings that we have lived our lives with. And your community has done nothing. Zero. Nothing. Okay? When I say that you spit on the mission of Islam, I mean it. You spit in the face of Rasulullah. You spit on the Quran. You spit in the faces of all the Sahaba. When you leave the converts of Islam living broken lives in misery and suffering until 80 or 90% of the converts finally give up. Okay? You are criminals against the deen of Allah. And I refer you back to the fatwa of Imam an-Nawawi rahmatullahi. Now, not only did Islam only begin with converts, but throughout the history of Islam, 1400 years, the revitalization of Islam came through converts. It came when Islam reached a new people with a new culture, with, you know, a different people. Okay? And throughout Islam's history, this was always, you know, the highest priority. But not for the Arabs and Daisies who came to enjoy your lives in America. You completely ignored the mission. You know, you enjoy your lives every single day. You have a husband, wife. Converts don't. So many converts don't have that and haven't had for years or even decades. You have a community. Converts don't have a community. You have a masjid that's okay for you. Your masajid are not okay for the converts. Okay? You have established 10,000, you know, 501 organizations, just, you know, probably right here in DFW. Sucking money out of the community, mashallah, to send, you know, to every problem in the world. And you have not funded a single organization here in DFW or in most of America to solve a single problem that converts live with. You are criminals against Islam. Okay? So now, here are a couple of verses of the Quran that speak specifically about converts. Okay? One of these is in Surah Tawbah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِلَّا تَنْفِرُوا يُعَذِّبْكُمْ عَذَابًا أَلِيمًا وَيَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about bringing people to Islam after the existing Muslims have proven yourselves a complete failure and that you refuse to do what Islam requires. And so in this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about going out and striving to raise His deen and to establish His deen, that when you refuse to do this and you refuse to do effort, and that is the defining thing about Arabs and Daisies today, is that you will not spend time working to establish deen in the community. You spend your entire lives just enjoying yourselves and your family life and your shawarma and your biryani. Okay, here's another verse, and this is from Surah Muhammad. Okay? The surah that is named after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm looking at the Quran, and here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the people, okay, that you're required to spend for the sake of Allah's deen, and you won't do it. Like right now, you're not spending, okay, for what the converts need. We are the mission of Islam, and you're not spending on it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, okay, وَإِن تَتَوَلَّوْا يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَكُونُوا أَمْثَالَكُمْ. That when you will not spend for this sake, Allah will replace you with another people and they will not be like you. Proof from the Quran that Allah brings people to replace the Muslims who have left Islam. And that's your condition. Okay? Think about this. You need to know how important converts are. Okay?